Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how you can use your serger to encase elastic like I've done on these shorts. And you do that using the blind hem stitch, and I'll show you how you can prepare your fabric pieces. I like to iron them before I start sewing anything together, and the elastic I'm using is 1-inch elastic, so I just measure the first fold 1 3/8 inch. So I'm going to do that and make sure it's all the way, and this is just a sample piece, not my pattern. The next step is to fold it back again underneath, and then I want to make sure this is about 1/4 inch and iron that fold. So you've got two folds. The first one like a normal hem, and then back under. I have a simple rectangle skirt for this demonstration. I've already sewed it and hemmed it, and before I even sewed, I pressed the folds for the blind hem. So I'm using my serger that I have a blind hem foot for. You can do this without a blind hem foot, but the blind hem foot makes it a whole lot easier. It has this piece here that you line up your fold of the fabric with. And I have my elastic already sewn together in the round, and to start I'm just going to tuck a little bit of it into this fold, making sure it gets to the bottom of the first fold, and then you should be able to feel just a little bit of fabric in excess of the elastic, because we don't want to pierce the elastic with the needle. And line it up, and it'll probably take a couple stitches for your needle. You want it just to grab the edge of this fold, and because we're going in the round, it's going to take a couple stitches by hand to actually grab that piece and line up straight. Okay. And then you just keep tucking the elastic in as you go, keeping this fold lined up with the edge of your blind hem foot. And then as you go around, you'll just need to gather the fabric so you can keep having straight elastic to put in between the fold and keep going around. As I come back around to the end, I'm going to make sure the starting tail of thread is out to the side, so I cut that off. And I'm going to go just until I cut that off. And I can pull it away, and then I'm going to turn off my blade. If you don't have a serger where you can turn off the blade, then just be careful that you don't keep cutting the edge of your looper stitches that are already there. And I'm going to sew back over to where I first started catching this fold, and I put a little clip so I can easily see that. Alright, lift up. So here's the finished skirt. The elastic is all encased. The casing moves freely around the elastic, and it was done all in one step on the serger. Now this method works really well on the rectangle skirt we just did. For these pajama shorts where you have a curved waist, it provides a little bit more of a challenge. Like you can see on these that I did, the seam lines didn't match up, and actually I had too much fabric here, and so it actually skipped these stitches, and I had to come back by hand and do it, and it caused little gathers here. So to get around that, I added this little triangle piece to my pattern. Here's the original line, and I added this triangle, and that's so when I fold it down, it lines up with the side and I don't have a gap. that I had originally, and that adds just enough fabric so that everything lines up and I don't have too much or too little, much like you'd find when you're doing hems on pattern pieces. They'll have that triangle to make it easier to fold up under and hem. So these were the pair of pajama shorts that I made using that fix to the pattern, and you can see everything lined up, my seam lines lined up. I didn't miss any stitches in this area, and there was no gathering. Everything fit perfectly. So that's just a little workaround if you're not doing straight waisted and you have a curve to the waist. What do you think about this method for encasing elastic? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe.